and now
Let's just see a bit of Georgian pottery
in the whole it's a glaze on it, and it's a tomback bottle. Silver coin. What's in here? Oh, it might be silver, that, to be honest. It comes at 17, but it's wafer thin. Freshly dropped, looks like. Sunbather. 44, 43, 44. It's a double squid. I'll get my brew later. Lovely jubbly. I've also got my audio gain on 5, just to make them deeper targets come through a bit better. So really I want to be digging the whispery ones. Now that's quite whispery, that. It's not even coming up on the ferro checking, it's losing on the depth scale too. You see, really small, it's really deep. So it's quite a bit deeper. There is some history around this end, a lot of coal mining, but supposedly the farmhouse is 1700s, but it was built on foundations of the 1100s. House used to stand there. It's been built on top of that supposedly. So the thing is, everything I've dug, most stuff I've dug on here in the past, just say your Victorias and your Georgians, have been quite deep. So if there is hammers, you're thinking a lot thinner and that. Hopefully these settings will, might even have to drop the sensitivity, the reactivity back a bit more, but it's quite coke infested, so you need that separation. 26, 27 here. It does look like it's kind of on edge. Next bit it as well. It's like a half penny. Really smooth. With the power of these fingers I've straightened it, and it's been missed. It's been missed, and I really have gridded this field out, so hopefully I've left some shinier ones behind as well. So I was hitting this one in some directions and not in others. I thought it was worth a look. It's on where the old footpath was. Still in a hole. I don't think it's anything clever, that. Yeah, that's why. But I've rusted something. Sounds alright. Let's give that a dig and hopefully it's a silver. Straight in there, it's pretty loud. Just in this corner. Nice and light, the coil, it's lighter than the standard. See the coin ball there. You can see a bit of something peeping through. Oh, that's been picked up there. That come up pretty loud and clear, that, for such a small item, but a detector doesn't just go off the competition of the metal. Oh, it's still spinning that at the top. I'll be careful with that. That's in great condition. So that's the Georgian watchwinder. your pocket watches, 17, early 1800s. I did go off track. A detector doesn't just go off the composition of the metal. Round items detector loves that circular, like a coin, but even more so at a circle like that. Okay, nice little find. Oh, that's coming sharp. 32, 33. It's nice and tight. I've had no high tones, as in 45s, early 50s. I'm hoping for the settings that I'm using. I'm hoping for big silver, big mills, to be honest. There we are. See a rim there. Oh, it's another halfpenny, bronze halfpenny. Solid 34, 35 was it? I can just make out that is Queen Victoria. So looks like a young bun. It's 1850s, 1860s, something like that. Quite deep, just here. Be a nice little hammered. I can see it. It's not hammered. It's just a 4-hole board. Just another button. Let's go with the rest of them. So the coil, my impressions, the weight's definitely better. I'll compare it to the standard coil. So I'm not going to say, oh, this is fantastic. You can't really tell going out hunting the differences in coils apart from depth. When you're testing, or you've been on a site before and then you come off and then you go on with a different coil and pull some more stuff out of that site, and that's another way of testing, but it's my first time out with it, so there's nothing I can compare it to. I can compare it because I've used it in the test garden against the standard coil and the bigger coil, the LG30. So what I'd say, and most of this you'd know anyway, just on paper, because of the shape of it, the elliptical 12.5 is it by 9, so you've got a 12.5 inch coverage, but with better separation. You've got like a 9 inch coil separation, and also your masking will be better on certain angles. Obviously, there's a coil, it shoots down like this, it's like a blade, a double D elliptical, so there's a blade here. It does pick up on the edges as well, because it kind of comes out like this. So you've got the receiver and you've got the sending part of the windings, and I think one's on the left and one's on the right. That's where you get a double blip. You know, when something's shallow you get a double blip, because there's a coil here, there's a coil here, and one sends the current to create eddy currents in the metal, and then one receives it. So if it's really close, that's why you get a double bleep, because there's 2 lines down here. Yeah, you're going to get better separation. Even your masking on this angle should be better. It should be better because there's less iron under the coil, if you understand my meaning. If there's less iron under the coil, then it can get between the iron better, and obviously less iron, then the iron filter will work better and stuff like that. That's my understanding anyway. And for me personally, I'll be doing a lot of hours with this coil, a lot more hours. I think separation is a big key to finds, because not a lot of finds are mega deep. Like the SP35 is a really deep coil, but it's still elliptical, but it's still near enough round. And this is only like 1.5 inches, an inch smaller. Where the 11 by 11 SP28 is just a round coil, so this is it just gives that better separation, and that's what you need on fields, and that's without having to go out and test. That's just on paper. That's where the excelling these elliptical coils is the separation, and I've still got the coverage for big open pasture fields. Now if I got to a patch that was littered, like walkways and gate entrances, I'd use the LG24. LG24, yeah. And on maize, stubble and ploughed, I'd probably, because I'm not really going for depth, I might use this, or I'd use the LG24. The LG15 really, to me, it performs better than the LG24. It does perform better in very, very, very contaminated sites where it's like a sniper coil. It can just get between the iron. It did really good in the Roman test garden that I had. So I have been on sites and I did find a treasure item. I found a fragment of a medieval ring with that coil, and that was maize stubble. So maize stubble, I'd have that in my backpack just in case. It's quite tight, and nothing wrong with that though, is there? And then the weight's a big positive. Oh yeah, that's the LG30. I'm gonna crack on. I'm sure there's silver, some more silver on this field, on this permission. There's gotta be. Come on, let's keep going. This one come up with 33s. Quite solid. Zooming. It's a kind. Yeah, must be. See a bit of green going on there. Where is it? It is. Oh no, it isn't. We have got gold at last. It's gilded. Is it a dandy button? It's quite a small dandy button, that. But it's probably silver, to be honest. Silver plated button. Don't know, I've missed that because I've really gridded out near this tree. Yeah, I haven't recorded it, but all this area here, obviously because there's a tree there, I've gridded out. But yeah, not with this coil. Gridded it out with a Legend and a Simplex, and I think it was a stock coil on the Legend, a stock coil and a Simplex. And I have had, I've been right under the tree and picked up just 2 bits of lead, you know, nothing much, but still a non-ferrous item, which I've been round and round and gridded that. So maybe the coil did give that little bit of advantage on that area. Now this come up at 24 and it looks like it's broken, but was that a buckle? Oh my days, look at the design on that. Hang on, it might still be. Could it have been that? It's got some rose petals on the side, or is it missing a section like that? The first high pitch 44s, 40s that I've had, over 40. It's got to be a big penny. Hopefully it's a silver. Come on, be a nice big milled. That'll finish it off nicely. Could do with it really. I am next week sorry, I'm just going to spend some dedicated days to perfect depth. Yeah, I need some new permissions. It's got to be a big coin, come on. Oh, is it a buckle? Yeah, it's a buckle, very loud, wasn't it? It's quite deep, but I don't think it's too old. Still got the pin and the lever on it. And it is quite deep. You hear how loud that was, and it's about 9 inches deep, that. Right, so I'm gonna call it a day. I did want silver, but it just didn't. Well, it did in a way, didn't it? There. So they're my best bits there at the top, that buckle and that watch winder. This come up, I didn't record this, and it was that was in the coke infested side. That was about 8 inches, stick of bronze, the end of a fibula, I reckon. I don't know. Various coins, Victorian, Georgian, buttons. Now some of these buttons, that one there was 9 inches down. It's a tomback button, and that's all the rubbish I dug. Some lead, a couple of bullet shell casings. That was with the LG30. I'm going to put that super in my pocket. I'm going to get a brew on the way home. So if you after the Coil, my sponsor Spinner Disc, I can get you 10% off. The link is in the description. If you can't bother going there, just go on Spinner Disc. You get to the checkout, type in History Revisited UK, and you'll get 10% off most stuff, even some detectors, and most pinpointers, spades, coils, new coils, old coils, metal detecting equipment overall. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate this support, and that channel's going it's flying at the moment, to tell you the truth, and yeah, enjoying it. Yeah, hopefully I'll have some new permission for the next dig, for the next video. Right.